What's going on, all you Minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, and I'm here to talk about the out-of-print Marvel Epic Collections and how you can help get some reprinted. So let's get started. And welcome back, everybody. So due to the popularity of the most wanted Marvel Omnibus reprint poll, a lot of you all suggested, why don't you do the same thing with Marvel Epic Collections? A lot of those are out of print. I didn't realize how many were out of print. I used to keep closer tabs on this, but my goodness, there's a lot out of prints. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, or even just in the last week, you know how much I love these collections. I am a big pusher for these particular type of collections. To me, they were one of the greatest trade paperback collections ever, for sure. The volume numbers on the back, the spines all have a similar design with the name of the title here, and then of course the title of whatever the particular storylines are collected in here. I love these books, and a lot of them are out of print. None of these though. Wait, no, this is a reprint. So yeah, this one was out of print for a long time, and yeah, Marvel decided to reprint it. So we're going to do something similar. We're going to talk about the books that are out of print. I'm going to give you a list, and I'm going to send you a link in the description of the video. You'll see a link to very similar to the Marvel Most Wanted Omnibus reprint poll. You just go there, vote for your top 5, and that's pretty much it. It's all weighted voting, so I'll give it a week, close the polls in a week, and then give the results, I hope, next week. So before going any further, though, smash that like button, subscribe, share the video, let others know where you can have your voice heard. It's really cool. You know, for the last few years, Marvel has been reprinting, I don't want to say all, most of the books that we have suggested, most of the Omnis. I think there was just one that hasn't been reprinted, but that's pretty good, so I can't say all. So let's see if we can do something similar. I may send them the top 10, may send them the top 15, top 20. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. This is our very first year doing this. Big shout out to my buddy Curtis, Matt, Josh for helping me put this list together, and so many others. A lot of y'all reached out to me. Again, another shout out to James and Luis and Chris for helping me put together the actual poll, the hyperlink where you can go. It's a shared document. That's all it is. So again, all you have to have is an email, and you know by now, I'm sure. I mean, it's pretty easy to follow. So let's go ahead and get started. So out of print, we're kicking it off with Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, Great Responsibility. Volume 4, Goblin Lives. Volume 5, The Secret of the Petrified Tablet. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 7, Goblin's Last Stand. And that one's had two, actually some of these have had 2 printings, but the second printing of Amazing Spider-Man 7 just went quick. And that's the thing to always keep in mind, is when there are reprints of these books, there is a smaller batch of printings. So you may want to get them that first week, is what I always suggest to people. Kraven's Last Hunt is out of print, which is one of the best, if not the best, Spider-Man story. X-Aminations is out of print. Return of the Sinister Six, Round Robin, Maximum Carnage. That is a lot of Spidey that's out of print. Once an Avenger. Let's move on to Avengers. Avengers Volume 5, This Beachhead Earth. Avengers Volume 6, A Traitor Stalks Within Us. The Final Threat, already out of print. The first printing was gone for a few years. The second printing with the corrected paper, or the pages, the corrected pages, a couple pages were misprinted in the first printing, is also out of print. Volume 23, Fear the Reaper's gone, as well as Volume 24, The Gatherer's Strike. Now we have some Avengers West Coast. How the West Was Won, that's been printed twice. Lost in Space, Vision Quest, and some Black Panther. Just Panther's Rage is the only one that's out of print right now. Black Widow, the very first volume, Beware the Black Widow is gone. Alright, let's do some Captain America, because oh my gosh, there's a lot here. We have Captain America Lives Again, Coming of the Falcon, Bucky Reborn, Monsters and Men, Society of Serpents, Justice is Served, Streets of Poison, The Superior Stratagem, Blood and Glory. That is so much of Mark Gruenwald's run of Captain America that's gone. Conan is no exception. Conan Chronicles 1, Out of the Darksome Hills, Heart of Yagkosha, Return to Samaria, Battle of Shemaya Pass, Horrors Beneath the Stones, The Song of the Baelit. Now, those come from the Dark Horse era of Conan. So what you're looking at is the Dark Horse era of Conan, and then Conan the Barbarian, the original Marvel years, both volumes 1 and 2. Those are the classic Roy Thomas Barry Windsor-Smith and eventually John Buscema years. Daredevil. Daredevil's got a lot out of print too. Man Without Fear, that's the very first volume. Mike Murdock Must Die, that's where you find out about Mike Murdock and who he is. Brother Take My Hand, A Woman Called Widow. Daredevil Volume 13, A Touch of Typhoid. Last Rites is out of print. Fall from Grace is out of print. Root of Evil, Purgatory and Paradise, and Widow's Kiss. Now, we have no Daredevil reprints coming this year, so hopefully in 2023 there'll be some. Defenders number 9, 10, and 11. The Six-Fingered Hand, Ashes, Ashes, and the New Defenders. So that particular era towards the end of the Defenders. And we are going to get a Classic Defenders Epic Collection coming in later this year, so hopefully they'll reprint some of those. Master of the Mystic Arts, so we're moving on to, of course, Doctor Strange, Alone Against Eternity. Triumph and Torment, which to me is the best Doctor Strange and the best Doctor Doom. Just graphic novel ever. Afterlife is also out of print. Excalibur! Now, we just got a Volume 1 reprint, but Cross Time Caper is now gone. That's Volume 2. And Girls' School from Heck is gone. Fantastic Four, The Master Plan of Doom. Now, that's been reprinted before, as well as The Coming of Galactus, but both of those are currently out of print. The Name is Doom, The More Things Change, and Volume 24, which is the final volume of the Fantastic Four in Epic Collection. So far. They may rebrand later on with complete collections. I believe that's what David Gabriel said. Incredible Hulk, Volume 1 is out of print. And it's had 2 printings, I believe. I think it's only had 2, not 3. The Hulk Must Die. The Leader Lives in Hydra's Hands. Who Will Judge the Hulk? My goodness, that is the first 5 Hulk Epic Collections. Ghost of the Past, of course, Peter David's run also has some out of print. Future Imperfect and Ghost of the Future. Now, in the past, when David's been on the chat, in the channel, or he's just mentioned to me, they do want to start keeping Volume 1s in print. It's just hard when you have so many books. How do you wager which ones go back to print? It's not like they can always keep books in print because you don't have infinite amount of space. You don't have the infinite amount of time at the printers. Printers also have to print other books besides comics. I know, blasphemous, right? Moving on to Iron Man, the Golden Avenger is gone, but that's been printed twice. Volume 2, By Force of Arms. Volume 3, The Man Who Killed Tony Stark. And Volume 4, The Fury of Firebrand is gone. The Enemy Within is also gone. That was my very first Epic Collection. I think that was everybody's first Epic Collection, if I'm not mistaken. Stark Wars, Doom, War Games, and War Machine. Luke Cage is also out of print, and people are fearing, well, there's an omnibus coming. They may not reprint it. They understand that different people get different things. Not everybody that buys an omnibus buys the Epic Collections or upgrades. So that it doesn't really impact their decisions when it comes to Epic Collections. Master of Kung Fu Volume 1. Don't ask me about Volume 3 because I don't know. Moon Knight Volume 1 is back out of print. That's crazy. That book has had 2 printings, and I guess the popularity of the show has really spiked up the interest in that. And Morbius, The Living Vampire Volume 1. So that is the one that's out of print. I think there's only 2 volumes of that. Now, at this moment, this part of the episode is sponsored by... If you live in Europe and are interested in pre-ordering or purchasing Omnis, then you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat shipping of €9.90 for EU countries. Extremely careful and sturdy packaging. Emails are answered within 24 hours. And they have a superb selection of new releases and out-of-print books on their website. Just head over to waltzcomicshop.com for more great deals and rare titles. And for a limited time, you can use the code nearmintcon, all one word, at the checkout for free shipping to all EU countries with your first order. Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Moving on to Miss Marvel. Both volumes, This Woman, This Warrior, and The Woman Who Fell to Earth are out of print. Namor the Submariner, who only has 1 Epic Collection, is also out of print. New Mutants, The Demon Bear Saga, which has had 2 printings, is gone. Punisher, Circle of Blood, Kingpin Rules, Return to Big Nothing are gone. Sergeant Fury, The Howling Commandos, also one that's only had 1 printing, so hopefully we'll get another printing and more of that classic era. Silver Surfer 1, When Calls Galactus, that's had 2 printings and they're both gone. And the interesting thing about that is that I remember people in the live stream going, why are they even bothering with that? All it does is double dip. I think there are so many, obviously there's enough collectors out there to get this out of print twice. So just because you can find it in other books doesn't mean that there's enough love for Silver Surfer not to buy a bunch of double dipping. And it does have a lot of double dipping. So that's some classic FF stories. Volume 3, Freedom, is out of print, as well as Volume 9, Resurrection. So it's good to see that the Infinity Gauntlet in that era, Thanos, is still in print. Woo! Hold on to your butts, because there's a lot of Star Wars that's out of print. Clone Wars 1, 2, and 3. Empire 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Star Wars Infinities. Star Wars Legacy 1, 2, and 3. Rebellion 3 and 4. Star Wars Menace Revealed 1 and 2. The New Republic 1, 4, and 5. The Old Republic 1, 2, 3, and 4. Star Wars The Original Marvel Years. This is the classic stories that took place in between the movies. But volumes 1, 3, and 4 are currently out of print. Star Wars Rise of the Sith Volume 1. And Star Wars Tales of the Jedi Volume 1. Now, some of these have been reprinted in the past. Some Star Wars. I don't think any of these have been reprinted in the past. But some Star Wars have. Not a lot. So, I'm not sure how many they can reprint. I don't know. Now, this is a case of, like Conan. It's Star Wars, so it's a little bit different than reprinting something like Spider-Man. But we will see what we can do. Now, moving on to Thor. Now, Thor had a bunch of books that were out of print. It's kind of trimmed down a little bit, but there's still a lot. You have Thor Volume 2, When Titans Clash, Fall of Asgard, Into the Dark Nebula, Kingdom Lost, Rune Quest, Immortal Flesh, The Black Galaxy, The Final Gauntlet, and Worldengine are all gone. Wolverine, they reprinted Volume 1 and 2, so let's see if Volume 3 gets reprinted. Blood and Claws is gone. I can't believe that book went quick. Inner Fury, The Dying Game, Shadow of Apocalypse, Blood Death. Those are all out of print. And Blood and Claws, even though we get an omnibus, I think everybody needs a chance to read that because that has some of the best Wolverine stories ever. X-Factor, Volume 3, Angel of Death, all new, all different. That's when Peter David took over the book. That one's gone, as well as X-Aminations, which X-Aminations has the best issue of X-Factor, which is 87. X-Force Volume 1 and Volume 2 are out of print, so Under the Gun and X-Cutioner Song. And then we have X-Men. No matter how many times you reprint, even the classic Silver Age stuff, because Volume 1, 2, and 3 are out of print. Children of the Atom, Lonely Are the Hunted, and The Sentinels Live. Both Children of the Atom and Sentinels Live have had 2 or 3 printings. It's Always Darkest Before the Dawn is out of print. That is that wonderful era that's not been collected in omnibus format. It's only been collected in Marvel Masterworks, as well as the X-Men box set. But it's such a great book because it's the stories right after the original X-Men line was canceled, before they return in Giant Size X-Men. That's where you'll find a lot of the X-Men where they're hanging out. Where Beast becomes his blue, well, at the time, gray furry self. Second Genesis, Proteus, Fate of the Phoenix, and The Gift. Those are all out of print. Now, in order to get these books reprinted, like I said, there's a link in the description of the video. Just follow that link. Put your 5 choices in. You just need your email address. And remember, 1 vote per user. Don't try to put 30 votes in by creating different email addresses. The filter will filter those out. It's happened before, and it was interesting to see how many people still try. This will all be weighted voting, so you get choice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever your number 1 choice is, that takes the most points, and so on and so forth. Don't forget to submit your votes at the very bottom of the page. And more importantly, if and when these books come back into print, check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was it. That was the list of out-of-print Epic Collections. Almost 150 books out of print. By all means, if I've left something out, please forgive me, let me know, and I will add it to the poll just to make sure everybody has a chance to vote for the book they want the most. So thank you all so much for watching. Smash that like button, share the video. Make sure you share the video. Let others go and vote, please. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.